highly favored one, I appreciate you joining me on the Healing Streams Reflection. The title for today's post is The Paradox of More or Less. I want more. Why we are never satisfied. I want more. It's what drives most of us. We want more time, more money, more stuff, more recognition. We want newer things and better things and different things. More is the creed of our age, the cry of our hearts. And even if most of us are too well mannered to come straight out and say it, we think it and feel it and ache with it. I want more than this. Many of us are only scaled down versions of old King Solomon and the wild blind binges he describes in Ecclesiastes. Chasing more, and then more, and even more, and finding less and less and less. Finally, after indulging every whim and coming up empty, we discover, as he did, an amazing truth. I can be content with what I have, if only we had started there. Having said this, now I need to shock you. You should want more. You should not be satisfied with nothing more than what's in front of you. That too is a recipe for emptiness, another way to wither the soul. The problem is not with wanting more, it's that generally we crave, insatiably so, things that don't satisfy, while being this disdainfully picky about the things that we do. Maybe the Sermon on the Mount said it best. There is a short discussion about covering and serving mammon, marital wealth. Jesus warns about how ruinous the desire for more can be. He declared, if the light you think you have is actually darkness, he says how deep that darkness is. Matthew 6:23. Yet you open the sermon this way: blessed are those who hunger and thirst. Matthew 5:6. Blessed are you if you want more. Wanting more isn't the problem. The trick is to want more and less at the same time. It's to want more of God, His kingdom, and His righteousness, but less of Mammon's home. The trick is to know which is which. But even when we grasp that distinction, there is a further and deeper one to make. In the first few verses of the second letter to the early church, Peter begins on casting a gold mine by shining light on a powerful secret about our lives, about God. Therefore, he declared in 2 Peter 1:3, His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness. First of all, you have enough, everything you need. But then Peter continues, for this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith, and goes on to list 7 virtues: goodness, knowledge, self-control, perseverance, godliness, brotherly kindness, and love, in increasing measure. Verse 5-8 is the flip side. You need more. So why should you want more of something of which God has already given you all you need? This puzzles on the surface, but resolves easily a few feet below. Simply, we often have all we need, but don't fully benefit from it because we fail, whether from laziness or ignorance or out and out refusal to do anything with it. I know a man who has everything he needs for a house: the tools, the materials, plans and permits, the time, the skill. But the house molders have down, and his family literally lives in a van. His energies go elsewhere. Peter warns us that unless we possess these virtues on the increasing measure, more and more, we will have less and less and less of the God life. In other words, you thrive if you take hold of them, languish if you don't. Possess them in increasing measure, and the life of Christ can flow unimpeded through you. But fail to acquire them, and you end up like that of old cartoon character, Mr. Magoo, nearsighted and blind, absent-minded, swearing every which way, wreaking havoc while being genuine, oblivious. One night, all that, and worse, you forget you have been forgiven, cleansed from your past sins, and so live as if you are not. A life like that is tragic by any measure. Until I took this seriously, it hadn't occurred to me that my seasons of feeling stuck were due to undernourished virtue. I thought the main cause lay elsewhere. Satan devices, life pressure. It was something of someone else's fault. I had a rotating gallery of what or whom I could blame for sabotaging me. If only was a favorite refrain. If only people would listen. If only someone would help. If only I had more time or money, then I might make some headway. Beloved, being stuck has nothing to do with any of that. Almost always, it has to do with me. Peter helped me see that everything I need for life and godliness has been made available to me in full. Only there is some assembly required, some action. Now, I must make every effort to attain what I already possess, or more to the point, to possess what's already been attained for me. A car never driven goes nowhere. A dollar never spent buys nothing. And I love you never spoken wounds no one. I can gain the whole world and heaven besides, but lose it simply by not using it. I can let supernatural provision like manna decay from stockpiling. Peter has reminded us that something utterly good beyond what we asked or imagined has come into our lives through Christ. He withheld nothing, but to taste the fullness of this gift, you must embrace it with passion and imagination and discipline. You've got to show up, go after it, dig and stretch and reach and struggle. Throw yourself headlong and two-fisted into the fray. Don't resist till you have it. Make all of it count. Peter's funny mouth. There's a strange calculus in Peter's 7 virtues. He begins simply enough employing the rudiments of arithmetic. Add this to that, he says, take this one thing and join it to this next thing, and then another. Repeat the process from the beginning. It all has a great school simplicity to it, but the results are stunning. This basic arithmetic results in geometric exponential growth. Simply addition tips at some point and becomes runaway multiplication. Splice together ordinary virtues, a little goodness to some self-control. Add a pinch of godliness and repeat. And one day the combination shoots through the roof. You find yourself Christ-like in attitude and strength just from adding things up. But here's the beautiful thing: every one of these virtues is supremely evident in Jesus. And the real effort you need to make, with that which all our efforts are doomed, is to seek Him here now, in season and out. Worship Him, learn of Him, love Him, abide in Christ. God has already lavished on you all you will ever need for the life you've dreamed of. A life where you have in abundant kindness that allows you to overcome an insult, knowledge that makes you highly productive and deeply effective, self-control that empowers you to take off anger, lust, envy, and put on peace, love, generosity. All these things already flourish right at hand, close enough for you to gather in fistfuls and armloads. It being pressed down, shaken together, running over, and poured into your life. Look, Sister Kid, what more could you ask? What more could you ask? Thanks for listening, and may God richly bless you. Bye for now.